Hey Graham, it's Brandon. I hope I would be able to reach you, but I guess I'm not able to, so I know this is going to come as kind of a surprise, at least to you it isn't to me, but I killed someone today. I killed my girlfriend. Well, she's supposed to be my girlfriend, but she cheated on me, and I just...
Bianca Michelle Devins was born on October 2, 2001. Her mother, Kim, had her at the young age of 18, but she proved to be a great mother who deeply cared for Bianca. Just 2 years after Bianca's birth, Kim and Bianca's father, Mike, welcomed their second child, Olivia. Bianca and Olivia shared a strong bond throughout their childhood in Utica, New York. When their parents separated for the first time in 2010, the sisters grew even closer. Around this time, at the age of 9, Bianca started showing signs of separation anxiety. Despite her struggles, she remained somewhat extroverted and popular in school. However, her battles with mental health were hidden from others. This was just the beginning of Bianca's many mental challenges during her adolescence. As she entered adolescence, Bianca began to display signs of depression. She did confide in a select few individuals who shared her passion for anime, art, and manga. Despite this, depression remained a constant presence throughout her middle and high school years. In the 9th grade, Bianca had to transfer to a new and much larger school, Thomas Proctor High School, which housed over 2,700 students. She struggled to find her place in this new environment. Bianca didn't fit the mold of the popular girls, as her style leaned more toward the emo or alternative subculture. Her struggles had escalated to the point where it was a significant challenge for her to even make it to school in the morning. On some days, she would simply say, "I can't do it," and wouldn't attend. On other days, she managed to get to school but would often have to be sent home early. To make matters worse, she also developed a sensitivity to loud noises and shouting, which would sometimes trigger frequent panic attacks. In the midst of her sophomore year in 2017, Bianca's mother, Kim, decided to withdraw her from public school and enrolled her in a homebound tutoring program. With her days now spent entirely at home, Bianca further retreated into the online world. She created multiple profiles on various social media platforms, each with different personas. Over time, she had gathered a few thousand followers on these accounts. Due to her unique appearance and online presence, some in the online community classified her as an e-girl. E-girls were girls with a strong online presence and typically had edgy personas and styles, reminiscent of the mid-2000s scene, similar to the emo trend of that era, think MySpace. For Bianca, the online world became a source of solace as her real-world struggles intensified. In early 2018, Bianca received an official diagnosis of borderline personality disorder, BPD. Following this diagnosis, she was placed in the Satan Institute, a residential facility. This move proved to be a turning point for Bianca. She found a counselor she connected with, gained a deeper understanding of herself, and started to form connections with others at the facility. Her mental state saw significant improvement during her time at the institute. In February 2019, Bianca returned home and eventually went back to Proctor High School, where she later graduated. She made plans to attend Mohawk Community College, located just 15 minutes from her family home. Her goal was to major in psychology, with a strong desire to help others in their own mental struggles. Throughout her life, Bianca faced numerous mental battles, but she managed to overcome them and work towards a brighter future. Now, Bianca's life was finally coming together, and she was determined to provide others with the tools to overcome their struggles, believing that if she could make it through, so could they. Her life also saw improvements in her love life. In the spring of 2019, before her graduation, Bianca connected with a man through Instagram. Shortly after, they established contact on Discord, where they messaged each other and formed a friendship. This man's name was Brandon Clark, a 21-year-old Lyft driver from the Syracuse area, which was roughly an hour away from Utica. Brandon had experienced a tumultuous childhood, moving through the foster care system, and he, two grappled with mental health challenges. He and Bianca found common ground in their shared struggles and their mutual love for gaming and anime. Bianca's mother initially had reservations about their online connection, but she was won over by Brandon. He exhibited exceptional politeness and came across as a genuinely kind person. He frequently visited Bianca's home, providing her family with comfort in knowing she had someone looking out for her. While Bianca and Brandon briefly dated, they later decided to have an open and non-exclusive relationship. Bianca, especially, was still young and not inclined to be tied down. Brandon understood her perspective, and they continued to value their friendship above all else. Brandon was content with the open arrangement, and they were both in a good place in their relationship. On July 13, 2019, Bianca was preparing to attend a concert featuring Nicole Dollanganger, an emerging gothic folk singer. She was going to the concert with Brandon, and the two of them were planning to meet a guy whom Bianca had connected with online through Discord. This new acquaintance was named Alex and hailed from Jersey City. Although Alex was older, having Brandon present gave everyone a sense of security. On that day, there were no signs of anything amiss. Around 2:30 p.m., Bianca hugged her mother and expressed her love before departing for the concert. At 7:30 p.m., she messaged her mother, sharing a seemingly inconsequential update about parking spaces at the concert. Little did her mother know that this would mark the final communication from her daughter. At 7 a.m. the following day, the family was jolted awake by a knock on the front door. The police had arrived to discuss Bianca. The previous day, Bianca and Brandon had initially enjoyed the concert, but the atmosphere changed when they encountered Bianca's online friend, Alex. Brandon sensed a shift and was uncomfortable with Alex's presence, especially near Bianca. Upon returning from the restroom, Brandon caught Bianca and Alex kissing. Overwhelmed, Brandon couldn't conceal his displeasure. As the concert concluded, Bianca texted Alex, confessing that Brandon had seen them kissing. Post-concert, tensions escalated during the 6-hour drive back to Utica. In Discord messages to a friend, Bianca hinted at Brandon's anger after witnessing the kiss. They argued about the nature of their relationship, with Bianca asserting their non-exclusive agreement. Despite the unresolved dispute, she decided to rest, leaving Brandon to navigate a dark mental state. Upon reaching Bianca's hometown, Brandon parked on a secluded road, 10 to 15 minutes away from her home. He wasn't prepared to take her home, indicating a troubling turn of events. While in the car, she sent Discord messages to a friend. She implied that Brandon saw her kiss Alex and that he was now angry. The two argued in the car about the nature of their relationship. Bianca reminded him that they had agreed not to have a monogamous relationship. This was no longer an exclusive thing, and therefore she could kiss whoever she wanted, as could he. She knew the arguments was far from resolved, but she'd said everything she wanted to say. They could talk more in the morning. With that, she fell asleep in the back seat whilst Brandon drove, but as she slept, Brandon spiraled downwards into a very dark place. In fact, his mind went down a path darker than any of us could imagine. As they reached Bianca's hometown, Brandon parked his car on a dead-end road about 10 to 15 minutes from Bianca's home. He wasn't ready to take her home. Instead, in fact, his mind went down a path darker than any of us could imagine. As they reached Bianca's hometown, Brandon parked his car on a dead-end road about 10 to 15 minutes from Bianca's home. He wasn't ready to take her home. Instead, he took to social media with a number of chilling posts. One of his posts read, "Here comes hell, it's redemption." Brandon grabbed his cell phone and set it up on the front of his dash. It was pointing at the back seat where Bianca was sleeping soundly. He then fished around in the back seats and came out with a large sharp kitchen implement. He then hid this out of sight, hitting the cord on his cell phone. He then woke her up. He now confronted her directly about the kiss earlier in the evening. Bianca admitted to it, which only angered Brandon more. It seemed that she just couldn't win in this situation. Bianca reminded him of their non-exclusive relationship. She asked if he was ready to now take her home, but sadly he wasn't, and he never even planned to. Brandon launched a surprise attack on Bianca, grabbing the sharp implement and tearing into her throat. She struggled and fought back, but she couldn't hold him off. During this frenzied attack, her head was almost completely removed. A sick frenzy attack that he filmed for his own amusement. Friends Bianca simply couldn't escape her tragic fate after she would no longer breathing. He left her in the back seat of the car and built a bonfire. If it was to burn the body, he never actually got around to it. After some time he staged her body on a tarp, whilst playing the song Test Drive by the artist Joji, a rapper and former internet personality. The song described a falling relationship as the singer looks for something long-term while the girl isn't as invested. He then took photos of Bianca's body and posted them across social media. He posted one of her body with the caption "I'm sorry Bianca" to Instagram, and another on Discord with a caption saying "Sorry, you're gonna have to find someone else" to Orbit. He then called numerous family members, followed by the police, to reveal his location.
To replay this message, press 4. To get...
Hey Graham, it's Brandon. I hope I would be able to reach you, but I guess I'm not able to, so I know this is going to come as kind of a surprise, at least to you it isn't to me, but I killed someone today. I killed my girlfriend. Well, she's supposed to be my girlfriend, but she cheated on me, and I just...
During his call to the dispatcher, Clark mentioned,
It's going to be there's a murder.
Okay. On Post Street, you said?
The end of Post Street, yes.
Okay. Very end of Post Street. Okay, what's your name?
My name is Brandon. The victim is Bianca Michelle Devins.
Yeah. What are you wearing?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, well, I just want to talk to you, okay?
Yeah, I know you want to talk to me. I know how your job works. You have to keep me on the line, but it's not happening, okay?
the police discovered Brandon and his vehicle on a dead-end road. Upon the arrival of law enforcement, Brandon attempted to take his own life before collapsing onto the structure covering Bianca's body. In a desperate move, he retrieved his cell phone, capturing several selfies of himself. Disturbingly, he posted one of these selfies on social media with the caption, "Ashes to ashes." Fortunately, his suicide attempt was unsuccessful, and he was swiftly attended to by paramedics. Following his release from medical care, he was promptly arrested.
So why would you want to shake hands with the killer?
Well, Brandon, I'll tell you what. It's okay, take your time. You can ask me and I can ask you, but so you would like to talk to me then? Yes? Yes? No?
Sure.
I have to get through this and then we can have a full conversation.
In his booking photos, a scar can be seen on the side of his neck. Justice didn't come quickly for Bianca's family. Clark pleaded not guilty to second-degree murder in July 29, 2019, but he eventually changed his plea to guilty before going to trial. His sentencing was originally scheduled for April 2020, but the pandemic repeatedly pushed back the hearing. Brandon Clark was eventually sentenced on March 16, 2021. During the hearing, Brandon expressed remorse for his actions, claiming not to understand how he could have done something so evil. He said,
For almost 2 years now, I've sat in my cell and I've wondered what I'm going to say when it finally comes time for me to speak to the people that I've hurt. And it's never been enough. It's never been adequate, I felt, to really convey my emotions and to apologize. How do you meaningfully apologize for doing something so horrible and so irreversible? And that's the worst part, is that I can't take it back. I want to. I wish I could. I would give my life in a heartbeat to Bianca if I could. And I can't. Every day I wake up and I wonder how she would have spent that day if she were still here. Every day I wish that I could do more than just wonder. And I hate myself for what I did to her. I don't know why. I don't understand how I could do something like that. I don't even know who I was that day, and it disgusts me. I remember when I first met Bianca, how much I adored her and how much I just wanted to spend time with her, and for that adoration to turn into something so evil, and it's like a nightmare. Every day I wish I could wake up and just have it not be real, have it not be me.
The evidence, however, showed that Clark was clearly a disturbed individual. Despite the argument that this was a crime of passion, he came prepared that night with the sharp kitchen implement. He had a checklist on his phone of what he had planned to do on the day of her death. This included changing his Instagram bio to display his date of death and posting the Fight Club quote, "This is your life and it's ending 1 minute at a time." His internet search history was also disturbing. He looked for things such as how to cut through the carotid artery, how to choke someone out, and how to incapacitate someone. He also had hundreds of photos of Bianca on his various devices. He checked on her social media daily. This was a man utterly fixated on a woman, completely obsessed, and he was enraged when she showed interest in someone that wasn't him. He was given a life sentence with a minimum of 25 years without parole.
Months pass, and I'm still not processing it. Trying so hard to do anything that will keep my mind off the fact that my sister is gone. Distractions are only temporary though, so when reality set in, that is when I realized this is no longer a nightmare. This is my life.
Thank you for watching. Please click the subscribe button, like the video, and share your thoughts in the comments.